The whites cut out. They flee to the suburbs. And the community that you thought you were integrating soon becomes another all-black slum, another all-black ghetto.
It might have been whipped up by militant, anti-white black Muslims. It might have been poverty.
We should control the politics and the politicians in the community where we live. We should control the businesses and create employment opportunities for ourselves. And the social philosophy of black nationalism only means that we should do something to uplift the standard and the level of our own society and put it on par with others.
We want black power.
How can you tell black people to be nonviolently and at the same time condone the sending of white killers into the black communities? It's something wrong. We are going to control our communities by any means necessary.
That's all we've been doing, begging. It's time we stand up and take over.
The government is responsible for the injustice. We built the country up, we'll burn it down.
Some people say we got a lot of malice. Some say
We don't advocate violence, but our people have been the constant victims of brutality on the part of America's racists, and the government has found itself either unwilling or unable to do anything about it.
We've got to build so much strength in building our community that if they come to get one person, they're going to have to mess with us all. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do.
I say violence is necessary. Violence is a part of America's culture. It is as American as cherry pie.
Black Panther Party calls for freedom.
What is freedom? Freedom is black power.
What is black power?
Black power is not just a mere slogan.
Black Panther Party calls for full employment for all our people. Black Panther Party calls for an end to the capitalistic exploitation of our community.
We've got to build so much strength.
Where there's love of children, love of self, love of God, love of a partner. All of them have a different shape, but all of them is same in the end. It's about sensitivity. It's about passion. It's about unconditional giving of self to another person. And there's love of humanity. That's the love that is right now we live, love of humanity. But in everything, in all of that love, there is soul. It's like when you take some eggs and break them, and you take some cheese together, you kick them up, find the side the one that
servants can pull a drive-by on a 12-year-old playing alone in a park in broad daylight, killing him on television and then going home to make a sandwich. Tell Rokia Boyd how it's so much better to live in 2012 than it is to live in 1612 or 1712. Tell that to Eric Garner. Tell that to Sandra Bland. Tell that to Dorian Hunt.
All right! The
The sovereign state of Egypt is a transcontinental country considered to be a regional superpower in North Africa, the Middle East, and the Eastern world. But don't get it twisted. It is believed that the ancient Egyptians are the Northern African Hamitic branch of the Mediterranean race, which is called Eurafrican. See, Egypt was African in its writing, its culture, its language, and contrary to what one might be led to believe, Egypt was populated from its southern to northernmost regions by a black people called the Anu. These are the people who would travel down the Nile to eventually migrate up to the extreme north, the Delta. Egyptian civilization can be accredited for some of the most advanced technological advances that we still imbue and emulate to this day in modern civilization. There is a rich history filled with queens and kings such as Queen Nefertiti and Pharaoh Akhenaten.
The fear of water. I've heard that sharks followed slave ships crossing the Atlantic Ocean, trailing black bodies thrown overboard. I've heard that during slave times, white masters refused to let blacks learn them to swim because a swimmer's leg could get away. Could swim to freedom, could figure out a way to wade in the water. I heard little black kids say nothing but gator bait. Gator bait meant to catch an alligator so big, so vicious, and fight like racism. I heard in the Jim Crow North and the Ku Klux South, they kept colors out of public swimming pools and off of public water fountains. I heard they hosed us down with a firefighter water hose like you hose down a rabid dog in the summertime heat. A New Orleans heard come hell or high water, they were going to watch us drown in a hurricane down south. Heard they knew the legs was going to give in a break, knew the water was coming to wash us away. Tell me, how does a black keep his head above water if blacks can't swim? Blacks can't tread water, blacks can't doggy paddle. We jump but never jump in. I sprint, you swim. Blacks can't float, our bodies too dense. We don't mess with the rain because our hair just got in. I heard yesterday the water off. I heard the water don't run. I heard the faucets run dry. Kids are dehydrated. People are thirsty. I've heard they've been gasping for air, been drowning in oppression for what feels like forever. Ever since crossing the Atlantic Ocean, been feeling lost at sea, like a fish out of water, like a body sinking in the deep end, like treading troubled water and drowning.
Oh, freedom.
Angry black woman. Whoop-de-doo, right? That's
273, take one.
Hi, I'm Don Cornelius, and what you're about to see is a very special program.
Soul Train wasn't just one of the longest-running shows ever. It was also the coolest.
Soul Train was the show.
It had the hippest conductor.
Big Don, the first intellectual funk master.
Hey there, and welcome aboard for an absolutely mind-blowing voyage of the Soul Train.
Who showed the world what to listen to.
The Jackson 5. Shaka Khan. Stevie. Marvin Gaye.
Soul Train was a breaking point for all of the black artists in the 70s.
Anytime I come to Soul Train, it's a yes, and I'm home.
What to wear.
Platforms, bell bottoms, afros, big afros.
Nice wig you got on there, bro.
And most importantly, how to get down.
You want to get the latest dances, so you would watch Soul Train in the morning, and then at night they would have a party and everybody, come and be ready to lock it out,
From Sly to Snoop, dashikis to do-rags, locking to poppin', get on the line, cause this train's about to leave the station.
When the aliens come in about 2,000 years and they want to see what was going down in black life, they can watch all episodes of Soul Train. That's how we got down.
This is Soul Train, the hippest trip in America. You dig?
In 1997, my album exploded onto the music scene with soulful hits such as On and On, Next Lifetime, and Apple Tree.
starring what was called a neo-soul movement. The album was critically acclaimed and won me 2 Grammy Awards for Best Female Vocalist and Best R&B Album. I released my second EP live later that year. During the recording, I was pregnant with my first child, Stephen Silence, whose father is legendary Outkast artist Andre 3000. The album went double platinum, and my unnatural talent was firmly established with the album's breakout song, Tyrone. Also known as Manuela Maria Mexico, also known as Big Billy Dillon.
your Nat Turner tribal scars of slavery caught in the back of your throat. Do you see how they shiver when you speak, young man? How they speed up when they walk behind you in your crowd, when you become a king and point your notebook at their temples, when you rob them of their knowledge, when you carry your backpack more than your basketball, pull your jeans above your boxers, when you put down the gloves and stop fighting, when you pick up the gloves and keep fighting, when you put a rod in your spine and proclaim that you ain't ready to die, take your place as a chosen people. You a man now, Moses. Each of you plucked from a river your mother, Pharaoh's daughter, lucky you to get to go to the right instead of being packed tightly down in the middle, you going through the east passage. Why we gotta keep calling your name? Come forth, Lazarus. And I heard they were looking for you, and they found you in the dust of a pipe. It's like you can't hide forever. It's like you can't turn your back with no rim. Try and stand up broken. Act like you blew even to exist, Adam. You a man now. Cause they still gonna call you an N-I-double-G-E-R as if you ain't never had enough potential to raise the bar. They still gonna feed you hip-hop for brunch, fill your belly with that Jewish Holocaust school lunch like you'll ever wonder is not repeating itself. Like there was no Sean Bell or E.J. Bradford. Like the Hoover PD would not put 3 bullets in your back at a field. Like but you a man now, Mordecai. And I heard that they've been looking for you. And they found you. It's like you going in the path of resurrected Christ. It's not the chickens coming home to roost because they gonna nail you either way. But you tell them that you are ready for whatever ghetto crucifix they may have fashioned for you, because you a man now, Jesus, and your 33rd birthday has just arrived.
I got a 45 and my Louis bag, yeah, and I'ma always rock for my thing, yeah. If you got 2 strikes, I'ma take the rest. That's what groups do.
Beautiful. Yes, you. You are beautiful in every way, although society may not always say it. You are not a stereotype, and you are not degraded. Yes, you are beautiful from your skin that's made out of honey and cinnamon to the swoop in your hips as you walk the ship. A great lie about being a strong black woman is we strong and black for everyone else. Society say that you aren't pretty enough because you are too dark or because you are too light. But society is wrong and you all should know that. You are not some stereotypical black girl with a nasty attitude. You are not too dark and you are not too light. You are not too thick and you are not too small. You are not some petty description above all. We are making things practice, still being told we don't add up. Still being mathematicians in the math. Still being scientists in the science. Still being studied for the source in our palms, yet we snap back like our bodies have not been dissected, whistled at, dismantled, and fetishized. Yes, you are a beautiful creation fabricated in a way that nobody can replicate. Your mind, that's how it should elevate. You are not just a package of flesh and bones. You are a neo-soul portion on your own. You are A's and B's. You are diploma guaranteed. You will be that young lady that is guaranteed to succeed. Be proud of who you are. And be proud of who you are aiming to be. Because the world needs each and every single one of you. And that's guaranteed.
do is tell me your name.
I'm Kunta Kinte. Son of a...
Your name is Toby.
Where you taking Mom?
Get back to work. Cecil, come back here. This world, we just living in it. You hear me? Now get on back to work. Hey.
You look hungry. Like that girl don't make you know fried chicken or macaroni and cheese. Like she don't feel you on the inside. Like you haven't had a home cooked meal since your mama died.
You look like you lost a song in your own song. It's like you want to talk to God, but you're afraid because y'all ain't spoken so long. When Kim messes up the lyrics to the college dropout, like the white folks used to mess up your name, do you pretend not to notice?
Do you correct me, Marilyn Monroe, in your decision in which that you could have taken Billie Holiday as your bride?
Do you ever think about running back to your wedding day and having it all over on the south side?
Do you wake up in the middle of the night and just think she wasn't the right girl?
Like maybe you should find one of them I like art type girls.
Do you hear all the fake kids calling your name? Wonder why the boy who rapped about his mama getting arrested for the sit-in didn't sit in? Why he traded his Nat Turner for his referee?
Do you know how many kids at the protest had your sneakers on? None of them.
Do you know how many of your songs were played at the protest? All of them.
Do you hear all the lights, the flashing lights, the new slaves, the runaways on their road to redemption waiting for Malcolm West to have the whole world at attention? Boy, they got you quiet. Like, how come only at award shows he rocked? Maybe Jesus was all talk, but Jesus never needed Adidas to walk. Why?
Please go and find a man who can make a diamond with his own bare hands. I'm looking for you because these kids still want to be just like you. They want to rap and make soul beats just like you. Even though you just not you.
Even though you traded in your spaceship to buy that 40 acres in a mule?
Purchased the plantation and the master starter too.
Boy.
Who you talking about?
Why you got you
like they built you?
Like they made you?
Like they polished you?
Like they raised him a good black man for the pick?
Like they got you for sale?
Oh. How they love Kanye West? That's what him on proud of. Like you're their black boy. You forgot? You black boy? They got you locked in his word. You get blackmailed for that white girl. You don't see how your lies are affecting me?
You don't see how our lives are supposed to be?
And you ain't cracked up to what you're supposed to be?